Once upon a time, there was a dense forest near a small village. People were afraid of this forest and avoided going into it. The forest was called the Haunted Forest and was known for its strange and unexplained events. Trees seemed to move on their own, shadows flickered without any light, and an eerie silence enveloped the entire area. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of this haunted forest. Years ago, when the village was flourishing, people used to avoid the forest. It was said that anyone who entered the forest never came back. The dark history and ancient curses of the forest were well known to everyone. One day, a group of young villagers decided to explore the forest. They wanted to overcome their fear and uncover the truth about the forest. Early one morning, they set out towards the forest. At the edge of the forest, they encouraged each other and stepped inside. As soon as they entered, they felt a strange silence. The leaves of the trees didn't move even with a gentle breeze. There were no birds chirping. A deep silence had taken over the forest. As they moved deeper, they started seeing strange things. Shadows seemed to follow them. Sometimes, they felt like someone whispered in their ears, but when they turned around, no one was there. They tried to stay brave, but their fear kept growing as they ventured further. They found a skull half buried in the ground. Seeing it filled them with fear. As soon as they touched the skull, a cold breeze blew and the leaves of the trees started shaking violently. A frightening sound startled them, like someone was approaching. They quickly left the skull and moved forward. But as they walked deeper into the forest, their fear increased. Every step made them feel like someone was chasing them. The branches of the trees tried to grab their clothes and shadows danced around them. They came across an ancient shrine hidden among the trees. The shrine was surrounded by strange markings. As they examined it, they found an old book. The pages were yellow and brittle, with strange symbols on them. They opened the book and tried to read the words, but couldn't understand anything. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed and a beam of light appeared from behind the trees. They all ran towards the light. As they reached it, they saw a large tree on fire with a circle around it. Inside the circle was a bizarre scene. Inside the circle, they saw things they had never seen before. Ghostly figures danced among the trees and strange sounds filled the air. As soon as they stepped into the circle, they felt like they were in another world. Everything changed. The shadows of the trees felt alive and ghostly voices echoed around them. Suddenly, a loud scream was heard and everything disappeared. They were standing outside the circle and everything was back to normal. They looked at each other and realized they needed to leave immediately. They hurried out of the forest. As soon as they exited the forest, they ran towards the village. Their hearts were filled with fear and the images of the forest haunted their minds. They told everyone in the village about their experience and warned them not to enter the forest. The elders of the village listened to their story and said that the haunted forest was cursed for centuries. The spirits of lost souls took refuge in the trees, and anyone who entered the forest became their prey. The villagers believed the elders and stayed away from the forest. The haunted forest still stands there and people stay away from it. The shadows of the trees still feel alive and whispers can still be heard in the wind. The dark history and ancient curses of the forest are etched in the hearts of the villagers and no one dares to enter it.